All right, let's get some analysis. TRT World's Research Center Manager, Tarek Cherkaoui, joins me here in the studio. Tarek, I love having you on the show because I learned so much. All right, because of the changes to the country's electoral system, there's a real chance that the ruling party of Morocco could be left in a very difficult position.
Yeah, that's correct. Most forecasts are actually saying that the incumbent Prime Minister, Saadettin Othmani, is likely to, and his party are likely to lose these elections. The best forecast give them as at the second position or third position. So, yeah, this is one of the major outcomes that are going to take place. It's a mix of causes. One of them is the change of the system. The system is a complex system for party lists, and the calculation relies on what we call the largest remainder calculations for this system. The system was in place since 2002. However, there's a change this year. The change has been to actually calculate or use one of the coefficients as not the number of voters, but the actual people who are registered to vote. So this makes it very complicated for major parties to achieve significant wins. And I think it goes for all parties, not just the Justice and Development Party.
But doesn't this new system sort of risk deepening the divide in the political landscape?
Well, yes and no. So there is a lot of experts are talking about the Balkanization of the Moroccan politics by this system, and that there will be an emergence of small parties, and there will be a lot of newcomers to Moroccan politics. But I think there is another view as well, which is that basically from the 50s or 60s, there have been 4 or 5 parties in Morocco that are calling the shots. And many of the experts I respect, they say that it's not going to be any different. There will be newcomers, but there still will be a coalition of 4 or 5 parties who are going to call the shots.
You say 4 or 5 parties are calling the shots, but there's really only one person who's calling the shots. I mean, when you look around the world, there are some countries who are calling for real strong reforms to the monarchy. Thailand is one country that comes to mind. I was reading a story saying that there's a majority, nearly 2/3 of the Moroccan voters feel some sort of apathy. I mean, when the king actually decides who's going to govern the country, not rule the country, govern the country, isn't this understandable?
Well, we have to see it in a logic of continuity and change as well. So there was a time where the monarchy was absolute, and that time was under the former king, Hassan II. There have been some changes, some very notable changes since 2011, where the constitution has changed. There have been extra powers given to the parliament, extra powers given to the prime minister, but of course the king remains one of the most powerful men in the country, and he's definitely drawing a lot of the strategies for the country and for the governance of the country. When you see, for example, in the past couple of years, there have been a lot of movements by the king to, for example, to do like a new strategy for the kingdom for the next 15 years in terms of economy. People are looking for this kind of plans and kind of changes. Unfortunately, the political class is sometimes more busy in politicking and petty maneuvers and go into the tactical space rather than looking at the more strategic picture. So I think there is a mixed bag there. There are some mixed results, but there is a move forward. There have been a move forward in Moroccan politics, and there have been some changes and some reforms. Of course, there is room for improvement moving forward.
Tarek, always a pleasure having you on. TRT World's Research Center Manager, Tarek Cherkaoui. Thank you very much for coming on.